So last weekend was quite the weekend for the Dutch. Not only single-handedly winning Eurovision on the Saturday, but also the very next day winning the Under-17 European Championship in Ireland. Now, I'd say that's a rather successful 2 days for the Netherlands. Whether you like music or sport, they came up against my home nation in Italy's Under-17 squad in the final, eventually winning 4-2 in 90 minutes. Despite sparks of a late Italy comeback, it was all a little too late for the Azzurri. The Dutch youth ran away with their fourth Under-17 European title. The Netherlands now winning the tournament 2 years in a row, also beating Italy in the 2018 Grand Final. It's funny because Italy also came second in Eurovision. That's a strange coincidence. The young Dutch talent in Unuva was the first 15-year-old to ever score in the final of an Under-17 European final. So I thought this would be an awesome opportunity to see the Netherlands Under-17 talent not only performing in real life, but also in FIFA 19, seeing how they'd perform in an actual team, grow and develop after a few seasons in career mode, and also highlight a few talents that not many people have been using or will use in FIFA 19, and maybe see a few new talents be added into FIFA 20 and some players to keep your eyes on. Let's jump into the video. And just as a side note, some of the players that were used in the tournament are not even in FIFA 19, just like the 15-year-old I said, he's not in FIFA 19, and some of the ones that are just weren't used in the tournament whatsoever. So we're going to be using a lot of some other Under-17 Dutch talent that's available to us in FIFA 19 career mode. But yeah, before we jump into proceedings, make sure to give the video a like if you go ahead and enjoy it. Make sure to subscribe down below for some more FIFA 19 career mode content. Hit the notification bell, comment down below, follow me on Twitter, the link is in the description, and let's get straight into proceedings, shall we? So we're gonna move on into the side here. I've put them all in Blackpool, considering their orange color, and the Netherlands, they're orange as well. So we might as well put them in the closest thing we could, and that was Blackpool. And obviously they're all lower rated players, so League One is a perfect league to start off in, and hopefully maybe even get promoted once or twice, maybe even make it into the Premier League. We're going to start off with the goalkeepers, and this was one main issue that we had. Obviously these two goalkeepers are 18, and that is because there is no Under-17 Dutch goalkeeper in FIFA 19 whatsoever. We had to go with the next best thing, and that was Kjell Scherpen. The man in goal is 18 years of age, 67 overall, as well as his backup keeper, Dornbusch, 18 years of age as well, but 62 overall. We move on to the star player, one of the star players that was actually in the Under-17 squad, the Liverpool youth talent, Kijana Hover, recently added into FIFA 19 through a squad update. The 16-year-old can play at right back and centre back and is showing great potential. He can grow up to an 85 overall and is absolute key man in this side, a future captain of the team as well. He led them to glory in the Under-17 final. He's got some great stats like 74 acceleration on him. Yeah, he is one that is an exciting talent and can grow. We move on to another big Dutch defensive talent. It is going to be Sepp van den Berg, the 16-year-old, yet another 16-year-old, is 66 overall. He's got some decent, well-rounded stats, and yet again, has a mid-80s potential on him, so hopefully he can grow to a massive centre-back for us in this team in Blackpool. We move on to another player that wasn't in the Under-17 squad, and it's Gertruida. I have no idea how to pronounce that name, but he's another player that can play at centre-back and right-back, 17 years of age now, 64 overall. He's got a decent potential also with 82 jumping, 77 acceleration, 76 sprint speed, 73 strength. Got some decent stats as well as power header on him. We move on to yet another centre-back, Kik Pieri is going to be a centre-back / left-back, 17 years of age, 69 overall, a decent Dutch talent there as well. As we move on to yet another defender, they got a lot of defensive talent, the Under-17s, and this is another man who's good at jumping. He's a bit quick as well and has some decent stats on him. Mamengi, 62 overall, 17 years of age. And we have the second coming of Virgil van Dijk. It is going to be Stan van Dijk. I have no idea. I don't know if I pronounced that correctly or what, but he's a centre-back / left-back, 17 years of age, 59 overall. Maybe a possible Van Dijk replacement in the future. As we move on to the midfield, it is going to be the player that gets anyone hungry, Wouter Burger. The 17-year-old midfielder is a 4-star weak foot, 3-star skill moves. The Dutch 61 overall midfielder is a pretty decent, got some well-rounded stats, and yeah, just that name, Burger, can make anyone hungry. And we move on to yet another midfielder, Thomas van den Belt, any grandparent's weapon of choice in terms of punishment. Van den Belt is 17 years of age, 59 overall. He's got some decent stats on him, but of course, he's 59. Simon Janssen, another 17-year-old, 57 overall. He's got some decent potential on him. As we move on to a left midfielder, Eliano Reindeers should be off in the North Pole with Santa, but he is here in Blackpool. Another under 17 talent. He's got 84 balance, 74 agility. As we move on to a big star player here, it is going to be our center attacking midfielder for this team, Orkan Koku. That looks more like a Turkish name. He could pass as a Turkish player, but he is representing the Netherlands. He's 17 years of age, 69 overall, and he's got one of the highest potentials in this entire squad. He's got a lot of well-balanced stats in there as well. A lot of light greens, a lot of yellows, got the finesse shot and playmaker trait on him. He's going to be one of our star players in this under 17 squad. As we move on to a recently added center attacking midfielder slash left winger, it's going to be the PSV talent, Mohamed Idhataren, 66 overall, 16 years of age, 4-star skill moves, 4-star weak foot. What a player we have on our hands. He's a technical dribbler, got a lot of decent stats on him, 71 dribbling, 76 ball control, 72 agility. Idhataren has 86 potential on him as well, so he's going to be a big grower for us in this under 17s Dutch team, as well as Kenzo Goodmine, 16 years of age, 60 overall, and has got 80 potential on the center attacking midfielder. Another 16-year-old, 3 16-year-olds in a row. Aaron Bastian, another midfielder, another decent one. Not as good as a Hadarin or Kochku, but is a decent squad rotation player, as we have Musaba as well. A lot of center attacking midfielders in here, 17 years of age. We move on to, I just realized we have so many cams here, but it's going to be Redouane El Hankouri. He can play on the wings as well, 57 overall. A lot of these players can grow and develop over the seasons. We're going to simulate and see how they do, but Sem and is the next. Our last center attacking midfielder slash midfielder is 59 overall. He's got some agility and balance are his main highlights. Another 16-year-old player. As we move on to our strikers now, it's where it gets interesting. Nufal Banis is the striker, 16 years of age, and was actually one of the stars in the squad. He scored in the final, I believe, as well. So the 61 overall player has got 74 sprint speed, 75 agility, 75 acceleration, some decent stats for the 16-year-old, and will be one of our main stars in this side. 17-year-old who wasn't called up, he might be 18 in real life right now, but it's going to be Myron Boadu, one of the great Dutch wonder kids in FIFA 19, 66 overall. Is going to be a star of this team, 91 jumping, 84 acceleration, 78 agility, and 80 sprint speed. Is going to be leading the line for us in this side for Blackpool. As we move on to Margaret, yet another striker, yet another great high potential player, 72 jumping, 74 sprint speed. Move on to Romare, another striker, 59 overall, not too great, but still another 16-year-old talent. He's got some decent penalties on him. And we move on to our last player. It's going to be a left winger, Van der Heide, 16 years of age, 59 overall, 81 acceleration, 78 agility, 77 balance, and 77 sprint speed. For the 16-year-old is very, very decent. But that, the under-17s Dutch team for Blackpool here in League One. We're going to simulate through the seasons. We're going to see how they grow, how they develop, how they perform together. This is indeed how they line up. We're going to be showing you 4-2-1-3 or a 4-2-3-1, however you want to interpret it. That is the formation. Van den Berg is going to be our captain in this side. Berger and Kochku in the midfield partnership. Idhataren is our center attacking midfielder. It's going to be the 3 strikers up top, Boadu, Margaret, and Banis, as well as Hover starting, Gertruda, Pierre, and Sherpen is going to be our starting goalkeeper. The under-17 squad is looking absolutely fire for Blackpool. On the bench, we have Reindeers, Gudjman, Bastians, Romare, Dornbusch, Mamengi, and Van Dijk. In the reserves, we've got some of the more lower rated players, but surely they're going to grow and develop throughout the seasons. Let's see how this new and improved Blackpool side under-17 Dutch team does in League One. Can they get promoted? Are they going to stay up? Are they going to get relegated? Once we simulate to the end of the season, we're going to simulate probably about 5 seasons for this under-17 Dutch team. So if you are keen for this video, make sure to slap a like on the video, subscribe, all that good stuff, and let's see how season number 1 goes. Alright, so we've reached the end of season 1 with the under-17s Dutch side, and the Blackpool team has finished in 15th in League 1. We have Coventry, Wimbledon, Bristol Rovers, Accrington all going down. So they finished 15th out of 24 teams, and ended up being Barnsley and Charlton going up to the championship. So that's a solid season. We've stayed in League 1 and see who grew the most, and it was Kiajana Hover +4, Sherpen with a +3, Dornbusch with a +3, Reindeers with a +3, and then Boadu +3 as well. Margaret, Van der Hind, Van den Berg with a +2, Gertruida with +2, Pierre with a +2, Mamengi with a +2, Van Dijk with a +2, Berger +2 as well, Janssen, Kochku with a +2, which is good to see, Hadderin as well getting a +2, Kenzo Guzman 2 as well, Bastians, Musaba, Rumer with a +2 as well, and then Vandenbelt, Henkuri, Stein, Bannis all with a +1 in there. So every single player growing in this side, which is exactly what we want to see for the under-17 Dutch side. It's going to be our star man. I knew he was going to be one of them. Miron Boadu, the 18-year-old striker, now 17 goals and 2 assists. Pierre with 10 assists from centre back and left back. That is crazy stats for a defender. We have Sherpen getting 12 clean sheets. Van den Berg in there with 54 appearances. Another one of our star players that I predicted. Kochku in there with 14 goals and 9 assists. Gary Truida with 2 goals. Hover with 1 goal, 1 assist. Hadderin with 5 assists. Berger with 3 goals. Margaret 4 goals, 4 assists. Bannis getting 8 goals in there. A lot of other under-17 Dutch talent that's available to us in FIFA 19 doing the business here. And in the FA Cup, they got knocked out in round 4 to Arsenal 1-0. So a decent cup run there for the under-17s. And in the Carabao Cup, a bit of a shorter run, round 2, elimination to Brighton 2-1. And we ended up losing the Checker Trade Trophy in the final to Lincoln City 2-0. So we could have got a piece of silverware here with the under-17s, but they choked it in the final to Lincoln. So I'd say a decent season number 1 for the under-17s under Dirt Cout. Hopefully they can push for a playoff spot in season number 2, but we're going to have to see how they do in season number 2. Right, this is the side going into season number 2. Let's hope for a little promotion push. Let's hope for the playoffs, simulate, and see how they do by the end of the season. Alright, so we've reached the end of season number 2, and it looks like the under-17s have gotten themselves into a promotion playoff final in League 1 up against Ipswich Town. So that'd be a very, very interesting game. We're going to see how they did in the league. Obviously, they finished in a playoff position. They ended up finishing in third, literally 19 points behind Bolton in second. A big, big improvement from season number 1, from 15th to 3rd, which is absolutely amazing, but we'll see how we do in this playoff final. We got knocked out in round 3 of the FA Cup, 2-1 to Leicester City. It's another short Carabao Cup run, 2-1 to Brentford. Got eliminated there. And it was area quarter-final elimination for the Checker Trade Trophy. 1-0 to Ipswich, who we're coming up against in the playoff. Now we get a chance to look at the biggest growers. And as you can see here, Hover +4 and Berger with a +4. Sherpen, Dornbusch, Reindeers, Kochku, and Van der Hind all getting a +3 in overall. Mamengi, Gertruida, Pierre, Van Dijk, Vanderbilt, Janssen, Ihaderen, Musaba, Guzman, Elhander Curry, Bastians, Stein, Bannis, Boadu, pretty much the whole team got a +2. I don't know why I'm reading all the names. Except Vandenberg, who got a +1, which is still good growth. But obviously, they're still growing and developing in their stats. Let's see who our main performers were this season. And yet again, 2 years running, it is going to be Myron Boadu with the top goal scorer there with 23 goals there. We're going to move on to Hover with 2 goals, 2 assists. Koku ended up performing well yet again, 9 goals and 12 assists for him. Van der Hind with 8 goals. Margaret with 8 goals, 2 assists. Boadu is carrying this young Dutch side. What a season from him in Blackpool colours. And now they get the chance to gain promotion in the playoff final against Ipswich. In the one-off game at Wembley, the fight for promotion against Ipswich is now underway. We start off with an injury, of course, in the first minute. But hopefully we can recover. Guzman hopefully can get a goal, but Edwards gets the first goal for Ipswich. We're going to simulate it and get the 2-1 win in extra time. It is going to be Pierre and Musaba, the heroes here at Wembley, to get us through. Promotion for Blackpool, promotion for the Dutch youth to the championship, now in the 2nd division. What an absolute result here. Ipswich go down and stay in League 1 for another season. We are going up. What a result for the Dutch. What a result for Blackpool as well. They're going to go up to the 2nd division. We got a blockbuster season 3 in for us. So season number 3, that is the starting lineup. Can we fight for promotion? Can we fight for relegation? Can we stay up? Can we survive in the championship? That will be revealed in season number 3. This is the side going into it. Hopefully the Dutch boys can pull off something special. So it's the end of season number 3, and it looks like the Dutch youth have stayed up in the championship in the 2nd division of English football. That was probably the main goal this season, just to stay up, build on from here. It's Bolton, Hull City and Barnsley going down back to League 1, but we finished probably in like a comfortable, maybe even mid-table position here, with 54 points in there, which is a decent effort from the lads. Stoke City and West Brom go up to the Premier League. Hopefully, that's where we are going to be next season, in the playoff position for the championship. We got knocked out in round 3 of the FA Cup, 2-0 to Huddersfield, and we got knocked out in the round 2 yet again in the Carabao Cup to Sunderland. Now, this is the most important part. Who was our main performer this season? Looked like it was Pierre with 1 goal, 4 assists. Yet another centre-back in here with 46 appearances. Got a lot of appearances, but Boadu is still our main goal scorer in there with 14 goals, 3 assists. Van der Heide getting 9 goals in there. Wouterberger getting 7 goals, 1 assist. We're going to scroll down. Koku not having the greatest of seasons there with 3 goals and 6 assists. 7 goals for Bannis, 2 goals for Margaret. And those were our main performers this season. The main growers in terms of overall was Hover yet again with +3, Bannis and Van der Heide getting a +3. The rest pretty much got a +2 in there. Now we build from here, hopefully can progress and maybe even by the end of this video make it into the Premier League. So this is the side going into season number 4, our 2nd stint in the championship. Can we push for that playoff spot? Can we push for promotion? Or are we going to be mid-table yet again? We'll have to see what the under-17 Dutch youth team do this season. So it's another mid-table mediocrity season for us. 12th position, still better than 15th that we finished our first season in the championship. But 12th position, we're edging closer to the playoffs. But surely in season number 5, they can push for promotion. 66 points this season, 6 points off 6th Preston, Fulham and Newcastle, who ended up getting promoted to the Premier League, and it's Huddersfield, Cardiff, Sheffield and Preston, all in the playoffs. We lost in the FA Cup round 4 replay against Arsenal, and then in round 3 of the Carabao Cup, it was a 3-1 elimination to Manchester City. So our main performers, Boadu continues to net the goals in for us. Pierre, obviously, with a lot of appearances, one of our higher rated players. Berger in there with 4 goals, 1 assist. Kochku, 6 goals and 9 assists. Van der Heide, 13 goals and 3 assists. Bannis with 7 goals and 1 assist. Margaret getting 4 goals. Otherwise, it was, just a few goals here and there for a few of the bench players. Not too much action happening there. And it was a +3 for Berger and Van der Heide in season 4. Decent growth for them. And pretty much the rest of the squad got a +2. Boys still growing, boys still developing. Hopefully season 5 can bring some big things for the under-17 Dutch finalists. So this is the side going into season number 5. Boadu at a 78, Kochku at a 78 as well. Hover and Vandenberg still at 73 and 74. Surely a promotion push this season, if not the next. Big expectation for the under-17 boys, and we've left it to season number 5 to scrape championship playoffs. That is absolutely insane. We've done it on goal difference or head-to-head or something, because Stoke City are on the same points as us, but we somehow sneak into 6th position there. We're going to be in the playoffs and maybe even a big game at Wembley to secure promotion. We'll definitely be playing that if the boys get into that. But what a season here. We end up with 75 points, scraping into the playoffs. What a season. So take a look at this. We are off to Wembley here, up against Nottingham Forest in the promotion playoff final. We're coming up against them after beating Leeds 2-0. They bottled it in the semi-final, just like they did in real life. And then Nottingham Forest, I don't know whether to be scared or not, they won 6-1 on aggregate to Aston Villa. We win 2-0 on aggregate to Leeds, but that puts us in a bit of a tricky position here. We're going to London. We're going to fight for a Premier League spot for season number 6. And these were our main performers in season number 5. Boadu yet again with a brilliant season, 19 goals, 4 assists, as well as Kochku, our captain, in there, the central midfielder, with 11 goals and 15 assists. A true playmaker such as Wouterberger in there with 7 goals and 7 assists. Van der Heide getting 8 goals and 2 assists. Hatrin with 3 goals and 4 assists. Margaret getting 4 goals. Vanden Belt getting in amongst the action as well. Reindeers doing quite well, and that is going to be the main performers of this season. The main growers was +3 to Guzman, Hover, Hyde, and then the rest ended up getting a +2 to their overall. Such great growth. And now our highest rated player, I'm pretty sure, is Boadu and Kuchku now at 80 overall. Sheperin at 79, the goalkeeper. Hover at 77, Pierre at 77, Hatteran at 76, Vandenberg 74, the rest at 74. So at least a decent mid-70s team, but this is going to be the team that hopefully clinches promotion in season number 5. We are going to be playing this game up against Nottingham Forest. This is the side going into it. Vandenberg sneaks in on a bit of a knock, but he's going to start. Kochku is our captain. Boadu up top. Hatteran in the center attacker midfield position. Such a solid side. And let's go and fight for Premier League promotion. Alright, it's the big one. 5 seasons of build-up. The under-17 Dutch youth have done it here in England with Blackpool. They're going to be repping the all-orange kits just like the Netherlands do. The Dutch boys ready to gain promotion to the Premier League. Let's hope to get the job done here against Nottingham Forest and lift up that trophy. Alright, millions around the world are watching. Let's get this one underway. Got a bit of an annoying shadow here, but Hatteran, he can find to Hyde on the left-hand side. He's going to cross it into Boadu, and that's an early chance there. Comfortable for the keeper. It's happened, the young Dutchman. We give it off to Reindeers. Reindeers finds Boadu. Boadu's going to take a strike. And straight at Coronado. Boadu sees the ball through to Van der Heide. Van der Heide with the strike, and it just goes wide of the post. That's the closest any side have come. Van der Heide nearly got the scores open there. He ran through on goal and was a whisker wide of the post. That is going to be halftime at 0-0. A very cagey opening 45 minutes, but surely we can wrap things up in the second half. And our subs come on. It is going to be Margaret and Mamengi coming on for Hatteran and Vandenberg. No. Get up, get up! No. They're on the counter here. Nottingham Forest. Oh no, they've whipped the ball in! It's 1-0. After all our attacks, all our shots, they whip one ball in and Nottingham Forest go 1-0 up at Wembley. We got caught. Kochku didn't get up and it was one ball in. And he didn't even hit that well. We just hit it on his shin and it went in from Versailles and the keeper ducks underneath it. Terrible. Kick-off goal. Kick-off goal! Oh, it just goes over. Come on. Whip that one in. Oh, it's a goal from the corner. Boadu. It looked like the keeper all tied up, but Boadu had other ideas. It's 1-1 here. We've replied instantly, getting the equalizer from the corner. Boadu, not even that tall, and he somehow got there first to the keeper. I didn't even expect that one. It was an open net in the end. And Boadu, oh, the keeper missed the punch. Oh, the Nottingham Forest keeper. He has had a howler there. He's missed the punch, and Boadu has taken that one to score the equaliser at Wembley. Blackpool are back in this one. The under-17s have gotten the equaliser. Oh, no. Oh, what a shot from Nottingham Forest. And that is full time. We're headed into extra time to see who's going to go to the Premier League. It finishes 1-1. After the early Nottingham Forest goal, Boadu got the equaliser, and we're now going to 120 minutes. Kochku, the captain. Kochku, the captain, just goes wide of the post. Come on, that's a perfect ball. Boadu's onside. Boadu one-on-one. Boadu just wide again. Oh, 2 golden opportunities to take the lead here at Wembley. No. Oh, I thought we bottled it, but we end up getting the goal. And it's a howler from the defense of Nottingham Forest. We ended up capitalising with Margaret in the end. We missed the golden opportunity, but ended up making up. And what a way to get the second here. Pressuring Nottingham Forest. As you can see, the defender just gave it through. And then Kochku with like a dummy pass. I don't even know how that happened. And then we slotted it through to Margaret, and he put that one in the top corner. Left foot finish, and it was a beautiful curler into the top right-hand corner. What a way to secure Blackpool, the under-17 Dutchman, the under-17 Dutch Wonder Kids to the Premier League. That could be the goal that sends us up. Come on, blow the whistle, ref. Nottingham Forest, they're going to get one last chance. No. Clear it. Come on, surely, ref, that's enough time. Clear it, just smack it upfield. And they've done it. Blackpool have secured promotion to the Premier League thanks to an 110th minute strike from Margaret and an 110th minute calamitous defending from Nottingham Forest to get us the second goal to make it 2-1. What a way to get promotion at Wembley here. Playoff final winners. We get to lift our big trophy, and the under-17 Dutch Wonder Kids get a piece of silverware, and they've climbed all the way from League One to the Premier League. What a side we have on our hands here. Victors in the end, and it's going to be Kochku lifting the trophy. The captain, number 23, our midfield playmaker. The ribbons are going to be orange on this one. I'm going to leave you guys with some trophy celebrations. But if you did enjoy this video, make sure to smack the like button. Subscribe for some more FIFA 19 career mode content as Kochku lifts the trophy that sends us to the first division of English football. What a massive trophy that is. It's probably the size of half his body. But leave a comment down below if you enjoyed the video, have any feedback. Follow me on Twitter, the link is in the description. Turn on the notification bell, all that good stuff to show your support. I've been BCHD. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the very next video.